И первым в черный угол. Добро пожаловать, боксер из Танзании. Welcome to the black corner from Tanzania, Juma Kijo.
So stepping into the SK Arena is Juma Kijo, man from the East African nation of Tanzania, preparing for his first contest outside of his homeland. Brings to the ring an 8-fight professional record, 7 wins, 1 loss, and of his 7 victories, 3 of them coming inside the distance. Really popular figure in Zanzibar. When you see this man train, Spencer, he epitomizes the concept of a hungry fighter, often on an outdoor training rig, and stacks up tires to make them into a punch bag. Doing what he's got to do, said he's desperate to improve his circumstances. The epitome of a pride fighter.
Tamerlan Ozdoev.
His opponent is from right here in St. Petersburg. That is Tamerlan Ozdoev, 22 years of age. Appeared on an IBA.Pro show in January in the Russian capital, Moscow. Boxed in a show opener on IBA.Pro 3, where he came out blazing against the undefeated Vivek Singh. Commentated on that bout, it was at 63.5 kilograms. This one is made just above 61 kilograms, 61.2 kilograms, or 135 pounds to be precise. And this man possesses good variety to the body, really prominent in his armory from both flanks. Tamerlan Ozdoev,
fighting out of the black corner. Ему 23 года. Рост 157 сантиметров, вес 61,2 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 7 побед, включая 3 победы нокаутом и только одно поражение. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 23 years old, standing 157 centimeters tall, weighing in at 61.2 kilograms. Professional record 7 victories, including 3 wins coming by way of knockout and only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Tanga, Tanzania, here is Juma Kijo. Его соперник в золотом углу. Боксеру 22 года, рост 174 сантиметра, вес 61,2 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 2 победы, включая победу нокаутом. Он призер чемпионата России среди молодежи из Санкт-Петербурга. Россия, приветствуйте! Тамерлан Оздоев! Рефери поединка Сергей Журкин.
So a quick look at the tail of the tape between these talented young boxers. Tail of the tape giving Ozdoev a significant advantage in terms of height. He is a man who likes to step in and let bent arm artillery go, particularly to the body.
Juma.
Something of a new experience for Juma Kijo to be fighting.
Head up, no low blow, no holding. Listen and follow my command. Good luck.
I think if you believe the tail of your eyes, Spence, the disparity which was suggested on the tail of the tape isn't quite apparent.
Box.
More similar in height than the tail of the tape suggested they would be, as we are underway. This contest made 61.2 kilograms between boxers from Tanzania and Russia. The boxer wearing the black trunks, trimmed with gold, who appears to be a little physically smaller, despite being similar in height, is Juma Kijo. 8 fights in his professional record, 7 wins, 3 inside the distance and 1 loss. He's shooting out a left jab, but then looking for a left hook right hand combination before being put on the end of a corkscrew left. Is Tamerlan Ozdoev. Both boxers looking for their range at mid-range.
Yep, Ozdoev trying to take the centre of the ring straight away, keeping tight. But this is a good start here from Kijo, who's come out, not looking phased at all, letting the shots go, trying to match Ozdoev shot for shot. Ozdoev keeping nice and tight, stalking forward. looking to create those openings, and Kijo selecting to box and try and keep it at mid-range so he can get off with the shots of his own. Good body shot there from Kijo.
Contest scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Both men demonstrating nice movement in the pocket. Short left jab attempted to pierce the defenses, then a corkscrew left hand followed by a right, and then a combination of punches from the long arm Juma Kijo. Again, when you see the two men from the back, just get the impression, even though they both weighed in inside the 61.2 kilogram limit, just get the impression that Ozdoev appears to be maybe a weight class bigger, but acquitting himself very well behind an educated left jab. When he makes it at long range, Spence, it is taking a circuitous route back to the on-guard position. And will he look to explode with a counter right hand from those high-held gloves, Ozdoev? There's the left hook to the body that I mentioned is such a prominent shot in his armory.
Yep, Ozdoev looking to close the space, keeping those hands nice and tight. He wants to get into the pocket where he can get off with that trademark left hook. But Kijo boxing well here on the outside. Shot selection is good. He's mixing it up to body and head. Ozdoev trying to take control of this one, but not really stamped his authority in this opening round. He's stalking forward, but Kijo is conducting himself very well here. Good opening round here.
So 30 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Nice movement in the pocket once again from Kijo to bend and sway at the waist. To render Ozdoev shots inaccurate. And then look at that variety with looping punches. Altogether more compact punches coming in response from Ozdoev. But Kijo continuing to tuck up effectively. There was a left hook off the back foot which landed from Ozdoev. Kijo drops down with a right hand to the body and then brings a right hand over the top on a downward trajectory with a high elbow. There's the same shot once again, but he was countered and he was getting it back to the on-guard position. First round in the book, and what was an opening 3 minutes fought at a very rapid pace.
Yep, very good round, close round there as Kijo, as you can see on your screens right now, is choosing to stand up. He was very pleased with that. Boxed well on the outside. That chopping, looping right hand was getting success as well. Ozdoev is wanting to get on the inside to load those trademark shots, but Kijo seemed to have done his homework. For me, maybe just stole that first round. Shot selection was very, very good. Whipping in the uppercuts, as you say, the right hand's over the top as well. And Ozdoev will want to take control of this. Here we see some of the action there. We see the good work, combination punching from Kijo. Just misses with the uppercut, but the right hand does land. That was a good shot in range, and Ozdoev trying to cover up, but not a lot of thought process around what he was doing, just sitting in the pocket. And there was that chopping right hand I was talking about from Kijo as well. Here we go, start of round number 2. A good start from Kijo for me.
So the referee just reminding the boxers of their responsibility to keep their heads up and out, letting little range-finding shots go at mid-range with bent elbows with Ozdoev, but then look at the heavy leather being launched downstairs by Kijo as he digs down with the right hand to the body once again. But there's the darting lead left hand followed by a range-finding right cross from Ozdoev. Both men going about seeking the same objective differently, Spence, because they were just pitter-pat, feather-like punches from Ozdoev. There he sits down and gets a lot more leverage onto that combination of punches, Ozdoev.
Yep, Ozdoev, that's where he likes to be, in mid to short range, so he can get off with his shots. He's quite flat-footed. He likes his opponent to sit in the pocket, and Kijo stayed there a little bit too long then. Maybe he got a bit greedy. Ozdoev getting through with a body shot as well, as he picked up a mark over that right eye, it looks like. But, you know, we were promised 50-50 fights tonight, and that's exactly what it looks like. We've got a great little contest here. Kijo having a good start, but Ozdoev trying to dig in, turn things around in this second round. Ozdoev, again, just looking to work on the inside, covers up well as well after. Kijo trying to come back with a response, but maybe guilty of taking too much time to come back.
Just beyond the halfway stage of this second round, double jab right cross attempted from Ozdoev. Kijo showing that he's not going to accept the clinch. Shrugging his man off there, he's looking for the big overhand right once again. That'll expend a lot of energy to swing and missing boxing like that twice in quick succession. Couldn't find a range on the booming overhand right that he launched.
Yep, he's really loading up with his shots here, Kijo. He fancies this one for sure.
Turn southpaw now has Kijo, picked off by a right hand, and that's always a good antidote to the southpaw stance. Let's see how much success he enjoyed as a port-sided boxer. Left hand not too far away as he's continuing to persist as a lefty.
Let's see what, he's getting success from the southpaw stance here, Kijo, as well, and he's switched back round to orthodox, trying to confuse Ozdoev. Ozdoev is a little confused. He doesn't know what to do here. He's now moving on the back foot, which tells you Kijo now is starting to grow in confidence.
Ozdoev, even though he's on the back foot, and these point-scoring jabs that he's putting together and loading up with big Hollywood singles through this passage of the round, is Kijo. Wasn't too far away with that left hand. There he goes for a left-right once again, then did land with a right uppercut. But he's been inaccurate with some of these flashy punches he's launched, whereas the accuracy has been altogether more on point from Ozdoev. Good two-shot salvo downstairs from the referee, Mr. Sergei Zhurkin, tells him to keep them up, and look at Kijo just nodding and glaring in the direction of Ozdoev, but I think his pecking and poking may well have been enough for him to nick that round in between the big Hollywood swings that were being launched by Juma Kijo.
Yep, Hollywood swings from McIntosh. He's pulling it out the bag tonight, that is for sure. I've got Kijo maybe just stealing that round. I think the pressure was good. He was getting through with those right hands. Ozdoev certainly done better in that second round. He was having his successes, getting where he needed to be in the pocket, landing that trademark left hook to the body. So this could be one round apiece going into this third round, but what we can guarantee is it's tough. No one really taken a hold of this one yet. It's going to be interesting to see how this one unfolds. You suspect more twists and turns as we start round number 3.
So a bit of a tardy exit from Juma Kijo's team in the black corner. Black and gold corners in IBA.Pro boxing rather than the traditional red and blue. Now operating as an orthodox boxer in the space of the ring. With Juma Kijo looking for the lead right hand. It's a good long corkscrew left to the body, but there you see inaccuracy again from the backhand of Kijo. Then the range-finding right jab just going over the head of Ozdoev. And in the meantime, Ozdoev scoring with a jab to the chest and then dropping down with a jab just above the belt line. They're point-scoring blows as both men go for big backhands. Kijo looking to keep the attack going and end that combination with a good left hook to the body.
Yep, Kijo, maybe the more wild of the two, but he's certainly firing away. Ozdoev is keeping nice and compact. Shot selection's good. Choosing to shoot through the middle. And Kijo looking to box, choosing to box on that outside. He's trying to find a range there with the jab. He's going to look to set up another looping right hand, and that one does fall short. Ozdoev knew it was coming, took half a step back. Good work there from Ozdoev, slipping on the inside. Kijo coming back with shots of his own. Great action here in this third round.
Stop! Step back. Box!
So approaching the halfway stage of round number 3. Just a quick glance to his corner with Juma Kijo. Oh, that's a nice left hook. He landed a right hand to the body just a few moments ago. There's the same shot once again. Two-shot response downstairs, followed by a stiff right cross to the jaw from Ozdoev. But then look at Kijo respond and keep the body attack going. Did that hurt Ozdoev? Because he was backing up, just dropped his elbows a little bit, but continues to keep his shape nicely and seeking to remain correct. But a leaping left hook lands behind his right glove. There Juma Kijo tries the same shot again, reminiscent of Olympic champ and the first two-time heavyweight champ of the world, Floyd Patterson. As a looping roundhouse right disrupts the boxing stance of Ozdoev, and he was looking for that shot throughout round number 2. He certainly found a range with it there, checking the chin of Ozdoev.
Ozdoev's in a little bit of trouble here. He's disorganized, disorientated for sure. Kijo having success. Those looping shots, that unpredictability is working for Kijo here. You just never know where those shots are coming from, and he's throwing those right hands like he's bowling a cricket ball. And Ozdoev is really surprised by this. He can't work out where the shots are coming from. He can't get a foothold here. Short right hand, two right hands inside there from Kijo as well.
Big swing and a miss with the follow-up right. He's got to keep his shape and his composure, has Kijo, because he's got the man on unsteady legs for my money. He was hurt to the body, and then he had his senses scrambled by some booming shots to the jaw. And look at Ozdoev's keenness to fashion a clinch, just in an attempt to get his senses and coordination back together. Half hook, half uppercut from the left hand from Kijo gets through and causes Ozdoev to lose his boxing stance once again. That bell sounding not a moment too soon, and then a little bit of afters as Juma Kijo looked to get in the face of Tamerlan Ozdoev as if to say, how you like me now? Ozdoev took exception to that, gave him a shove in the chest, little love tap, but now it's back to the corner in the serious business of trying to get his energy levels and his senses back together. Group because he certainly lost that round.
Yeah, he did, and some of the action here from Kijo in that round, the solid jabs through the middle. There we see the uppercut, the unpredictability, straight right hands through the middle as well. And Ozdoev was waiting just a little bit too long, a little bit one-dimensional, predictable. Good lead hook there as well from Kijo, who was having all the success there. Big looping right hand, and that made Ozdoev definitely dip at the knees there. That was a big round, and you just got the feeling that Ozdoev was just unraveling, and there we see them head to head. Ozdoev pushing him away. Kijo having none of it, but Kijo doing well here.
Stop. You, Juma.
The referee having to call time again because Juma Kijo is getting about 65 seconds of work in between rounds. His corner a little late leaving the ring once again, but that time in, that delay to calling time in probably helps Tamerlan Ozdoev because he was made to look rather disorganized in the third round. Into the second half of a contest scheduled for 6. Thrusting jab to the body not too far away from Ozdoev. But look at Juma Kijo still going in search of that lancing long left to both body and head. Counter right uppercut attempted, but he was off the mark, as was the follow-up left. But when those shots land and he finds a target on the end of the punches, Spencer, they're loaded with leverage, and they made Ozdoev uncomfortable in round number 3.
Stop!
Yep.
Stop! No holding.
Ozdoev
Stop!
was taken by surprise for sure. In round 3, Kijo was doing so well, working the angles, the body, the head, the unpredictability was really working for him. And Ozdoev now, it's all down to him now to turn things around as Kijo again switches southpaw, and Ozdoev really doesn't know what this man's doing. Orthodox, southpaw, shot selection, all of it there. That was better there from Ozdoev. Let's see if he can build on that now. Triple jab was good, followed by the 1-2.
Juma, head up, Juma.
So approaching the halfway stage of this 4th round. Down to left hand from Kijo, catching him with the crook of his elbow. But the home fans trying to encourage the man from St. Petersburg. Tamerlan Ozdoev, the man in the white trimmed with gold. Now back as a southpaw boxer once again. Double jab right cross attempted by Tamerlan Ozdoev, then drops down to the body, trying the right hand upstairs as Kijo persists in the southpaw stance. Left cross wasn't too far away down the middle from the man in the black trimmed with gold.
Yeah, it was only success out of this southpaw stance, isn't he, Kijo? He boxes well out of that, equally as good as he does out of the orthodox stance. And Ozdoev, I think, is taken a little bit by surprise as he tries to dig in, tries to turn the screw a little bit himself here, and he's going to need to. This is a closer round, but a good uppercut again there. Kijo.
Reaching for a right hand to the body before being countered by 2. Feather light shots upstairs. Kijo, and again, when he loses his shape like that, swinging and missing, that allows Ozdoev to respond like that and just pile up the points with a cluster of punches, but then Kijo answers with another long swinging right hand.
Yeah, Kijo just doesn't want to be denied, does he? Ozdoev is having a better round here for sure. Good crunching left hook there to the body as well. That's where he's good, doubling it up to the head. That's good, but look at the response from Kijo, who just will not be denied.
Terrific response from Kijo. Body shot, and then a shot went straight into rabbit punch territory, and the 2 men exchanging a baleful glare once again. My goodness, this one being fought at a terrific clip through 4 completed rounds.
Yep, Ozdoev needed a good round there, and I think he stole it. I think he done the better work. Let's take a look at some of the action in round 4. There's the shots from Kijo. The right hand through the middle. And there's the response from Ozdoev, putting those short combinations together. Was that enough to steal the round? I think maybe. It's very, very close. Subjective scoring on this one for sure. What you go for, the accuracy was Ozdoev, or the wild swings with accuracy as well. To be fair, he is getting his successes. He's missing a few, but he's landing a few as well. This one, maybe all for grabs here, going into round number 5.
Box.
So 2 rounds remaining in a contest scheduled for 6 threes at 61.2 kilograms. That's around 135 pounds in old money. Juma Kijo dipped forward, lost his shape a little bit, and was shoved up by Ozdoev. And again, losing his shape once again, turning his back on his opponent. This time it's Ozdoev stealing a glance for some words of advice beyond the ropes arena. But again, look at these little clusters that he puts together. Remember, for it to be a scoring shot, it's got to land with sufficient force, and during those big launches, that final right hand from Juma Kijo did get.
Yep, that's what you're talking about. The accuracy of Kijo on that final shot was the eye-catching shot, and he's trying to match here Ozdoev punch for punch. Ozdoev is the one with a higher output, but maybe not the eye-catching stuff. Was that a little wobble there from Ozdoev, and Kijo definitely sensed that.
And again, the shots from Kijo just seem to be discombobulating Ozdoev when they get through. There was a left hook which landed on his chin, and then there was almost a delayed reaction as he tottered backwards. Oftentimes it's the shots to the ear or the temple that can disrupt balance and equilibrium like that, but on a couple of occasions in this contest, Ozdoev seems to have had his senses scrambled in that type of manner, and his legs still don't look right to me here, Spencer. He looks to fashion another clinch.
Yep, look at the change in the pattern here. We got now Kijo firmly on the front foot. Ozdoev is the guy that likes to sit in the pocket. He's the guy that likes to get greedy, working the body and head, but he's happy to be walking away and giving up ground here at the moment. And Kijo will sense that. He fancies it, and he's just a change in the pattern of the contest here as he lets another wild left uppercut go. And this is a good spell again here, Ron, from Kijo, who's getting good success.
So a minute remaining in the 5th round. Tucking up behind high-held gloves is Ozdoev, continuing to let out an active left jab. Swinging and missing with the left hand as he left his feet once again was Kijo. And then look at that, pieced up with a jab to the head, then a left hook to the body, but then responds with a body combination of his own. Terrific two-way action. Look at that left hand to the body, and again from Ozdoev, who is biting down, battling through the discomfort and remaining competitive through this passage of the round.
Yep, he has to as well. He has to battle on here, because with 30 seconds to go, for me, Kijo has done the more eye-catching stuff, but Ozdoev trying to force it here in the final minute of the round. Will that be enough to catch the judge's eyes? It's certainly showing a lot of character here, Ozdoev. Look at Kijo trying to match him punch for punch. Look what it means to him.
Both boxers testing the abdominals and the condition of their opponent during that furious two-way exchange to the body. The 5th round in the book. And what was a... Well, that's not it, is it? I got my numbers wrong, Spence. I think we've got 3 minutes remaining.
Yep, I think maybe the fighters have got their numbers wrong. I think it's been tough, mate. It's been tough. But for us guys sitting here commentating on this contest, thoroughly enjoyable. And thankfully for us, we've got a round left. But unfortunate for these two who have given it absolutely everything. Kijo went for it there. He threw everything and the kitchen sink, and look at the response from Ozdoev, who actually went back and had a brilliant last minute.
Indeed. There was a huge spell in there in the midpoint of the round where Kijo had success with heavy punches like that, but then this is a response from Ozdoev, visibly biting down on that gum shield, battling back. Kijo showing the competitor that he is, responding in kind, and the way they reacted when the bell sounded was, okay, you're here to hang tough, but it was the final bell had sounded. But we've got 3 minutes remaining here at the SK Arena in St. Petersburg in a contest that could well be in the balance. Referee Mr. Sergei Zherkin bringing both men together and insisting on a touch of gloves. and the hostility that existed between them has been replaced by respect, because they've tested the wills of one another here, and they are still in their pitching with 3 minutes remaining.
Yep, ultimate gladiatorial this one, and no matter how much you dislike your opponent going in, you gain that respect because it's a moment that only you two share. Both these guys were hoping that moment had ended 3 minutes ago. Unfortunately for them both, they've got another 3 minutes to go. For me, Ozdoev has got a lot to do here, because Kijo has been very, very impressive in those first 5 rounds, and for me, will be just slightly in front, but Ozdoev there trying to fight down.
Again, it's the big left hook in response from Kijo, in response to those pitter-pat combination punches from Ozdoev. There he scored with the left jab, and the counter right hand missed, and then 2 jabs followed by a right hand. Just caused Kijo to back up a little bit. He's putting everything seemingly behind every shot. Good right hook to the body lander by Kijo. Left hook through the middle, but Ozdoev with the greater volume through this first half of the final round.
Yep, Ozdoev really trying to get the show real finish here. He's biting down, pushing forward. Kijo, to his credit, trying to come back, but short right hand went through the middle there as well. Kijo took that shot well.
But then look at that, Spencer. How many shots is that without reply from Ozdoev as Kijo tries to answer? And for my money, in the rounds where Ozdoev has had his success, it has been greater volume with shots that aren't necessarily powerful, but they're constant and they're accurate. And when Kijo has had his success, it's been more eye-catching with heavier leather from both hands.
Yep, going to be interesting to see what way this one goes. Subjective scoring, what you like. Do you like the heavier hands of Kijo, or do you like the consistency of Ozdoev?
And Ozdoev showing that consistency here in round number 6. He's been the busier, far more accurate boxer. By far, left uppercut not too far away through the middle from Kijo. But look at that trip hammer of a left jab, followed by a right hand as Kijo rendered inaccurate once again. And in the meantime, he's fed another 2-piece combination from that lead stick.
Yep, clearest round of the contest here from Ozdoev, who's worked so well to body and head. The output has been fantastic. Kijo just seems to have slowed down a little, maybe put a little bit too much in those first 5 rounds, to blown a gasket somewhat, and this is a good finish to Ozdoev. But will it be enough to get in the contest? I'll tell you something, it's close.
It is most certainly that, as a right uppercut gets through underneath from Kijo. Ozdoev just looking to tie his man up, and another sneaky right hand landed from Kijo. Ozdoev looking to bob and weave in the pocket. Closing seconds of what has been an utterly absorbing affair here at the SK Arena. Big left hand over the top from Kijo just causes Ozdoev to wilt, and Kijo pounds the top rope in celebration, we have to add, because he feels he has done enough, and he certainly played his part in what was a terrific 2-way contest. For what it's worth, I happen to think that Ozdoev's volume and backyard, Juma Kijo,
Итак, уважаемые дамы и господа, по завершении боя обратимся к судейским запискам. Ladies and gentlemen, after the end of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Судья номер 1 и номер 2 одинаково оценили этот поединок 57-56. Judges 1 and 2 are in agreement, scoring the same 57-56. И судья номер 3, Judge 3, 58-56. 58-56. Таким образом, единогласным решением судей победу одержал all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Tamerlan Ozdoev.
So Tamerlan Ozdoev declared a unanimous point decision victor over Juma Kijo. But the man from Tanzania put forth a terrific battle in a contest that was filled with plenty of back and forth 2-way action. Personally, I'd like to see that contest, because that was a really hard fought affair. Let's listen in to Tamerlan Ozdoev.
Всем огромное спасибо. В первую очередь хочу поблагодарить Эдуарда Викторовича Кравцова за эту возможность. Также свою команду, своего тренера Вячеслава Александровича Румянцева, Ивану Горду и своего близкого друга и брата Никиту Набиева. И самое главное хочу сказать, совсем недавно было день рождения у моих дядей Оздоева Бекхана и Оздоева Багаудина. Пользуясь случаем, я хочу еще раз их поздравить с днем рождения, пожелать им всего самого наилучшего. Всем спасибо, хорошего вечера.
So Tamerlan Ozdoev thanking the supporters here